I'm Rachel from 7 and All, and today let's get, well, as cozy as we can get when the weather is about 85 to 90 degrees, and let's talk about family Christmas traditions. Yes, we're just gonna have fun chatting about family Christmas traditions today. Traditions can be a little bit of a hard thing for families like ours that are multicultural and that are currently living overseas and have moved around a lot. But I'm gonna share some of my most cherished Christmas traditions with you, and I would love to hear down in the comments what are some of your traditions, whether they are unique or whether they are totally normal, but they just hold a very special place in your heart. I was invited to do this as part of a collab with Christy from These Little Sprouts. So I'll be linking to her channel and to the playlist down below so that we can just have a very heartwarming day thinking about, listening to, and talking about Christmas traditions. Now, I am from the US. I was born in Michigan, so for me, there is that part of thinking about Christmas with snow-covered trees and twinkling lights, going on drives and being freezing cold all the time. So I do have kind of that heritage, those memories as my background, but my family has moved around a lot. We moved around a lot when I was a kid, and we are currently living overseas. I am married to a Mexican-American, Spanish-speaking man, and we are a bilingual family raising our kids speaking Spanish and English, but living in Southeast Asia, in the tropics. So we have quite a few dynamics going on for Christmas. And I'm just going to share kind of what traditions I've been able to keep going with us throughout a variety of life situations. My first and most favorite Christmas tradition is counting down to Christmas or counting up to Christmas, just kind of celebrating each of the 25 days of December in one small way. So I usually like to do this in some kind of decorative way. And because I'm a minimalist and I don't have very many Christmas decorations, I prefer a countdown that more builds up to Christmas and something that kind of grows and becomes more decorative as you get closer to Christmas. So I can link to a video I shared last year of what our little Christmas countdown was that year, which was my toddler, my 2-year-old, was getting to decorate a tree a little bit more each day throughout the month. And then this year, and I'll show you what we're doing, we are just hanging up a new card with a piece of Christmas-inspired artwork done by my sister each day of the month. So our Christmas decor grows throughout the month. We get to learn about a new symbol or tradition and talk about it and have fun. But the Christmas countdown tradition is something I've been doing probably since I was single and in college. I was doing it by myself. So that is something very special to me. Another one of my favorite traditions is every year in December, we make a big batch of homemade hot chocolate mix, because you can't just buy, like a can of cocoa. Here, we make a big box of it, and then I drink hot chocolate throughout the month. I think I'm probably the main person in the family that actually drinks it. My youngest sister really likes it as well. I think the other family members drink it occasionally, but again, this is mainly me, and there is no real reason to drink hot chocolate in December when you live in the tropics and it is very sunny and very hot outside all the time. I don't drink, I'm not a coffee drinker or a tea drinker really, but for some reason during December I gotta make my hot chocolate. I like it with whipped cream on top, and I really enjoy drinking hot chocolate in the days leading up to Christmas. Some things just stick with you. It brings me back to those days of being a kid in Michigan and coming in from the snow and drinking hot chocolate. The third cherished Christmas tradition in my family is a little bit unique. You're gonna have to tell me if your family has ever done this, but it's a stocking stuffer trading fair. And this occurs after everyone has opened all of their presents on Christmas Day. We get all of our stocking stuffer loot out, and everyone lines up like they're opening a little shop right in front of them. So they'll line up all the candy and the drinks and snacks and whatever we have, and there will be a lot of bidding and auctioning and trading going on until we have developed our own perfect stash of stocking loot. And this tradition stems from the fact I come from a big family. My parents took the tradition always of they pretty much just get everyone, they just buy all the same things for stockings for the most part and give us all equally the same things, because it's kind of hard for them to remember who likes Snickers, who likes Mars bars, who likes this kind of potato chips, who likes this drink. They're like, no, I'm not going to mess with all that, because most likely we're going to get a few things wrong, and then the kids will be telling us, hey, this was for Rebecca, and hey, this should have been for Mary Grace. They just pretty much, for the most part, give us all the same things. And then we take it upon ourselves to make some deals with our siblings and make the best stockings by trading different candies and different snacks with each other after Christmas is over. And this is always a whole lot of fun. This tradition actually continues to this day. Once my husband and I moved here, my parents started getting us stockings full of snacks and drinks as well, even though we are fully grown adults. We still do this, we still participate. My husband is always cutting sharp deals with my little sisters. And it's always quite a fun time, quite a lot of laughs. And it's amazing what people will give away for their absolute most favorite snacks. Like sometimes you can get really, really good deals if you happen to like a candy that no one else really likes. It's a fun time. Now, the next tradition I will talk about from the Spanish-speaking side of our family, from the Mexican side of our family. We have mostly lived very far from my husband's family throughout our marriage, and so we haven't gotten to incorporate as many of their traditions. But this year is the first year that we are really trying to incorporate more Mexican traditions into our family's Christmas, trying to work on helping our boys to know more of the Spanish Christmas carols, the villancicos, and just trying to build that experience for all of us. So that is new to us this year. I took the time, we talked to my in-laws about, what are some of the really classic villancicos that we should know. And we looked up and got a whole list of Christmas carols, Spanish language Christmas carols that we are playing throughout this month. I am learning. I can almost sing Burrito Sabanero pretty well these days. But just learning some of those and trying to build a familiarity with those. We do want to incorporate some Nochebuena type of celebration. I don't know if we would do tamales, but we could probably at least do Mexican food for our Christmas Eve dinner, and that would be very delicious and fun. But yeah, we're still, building family traditions, especially when you still have really young children, is a process, and it's something that you just kind of grow and figure out, okay, how can we be intentional at including our family cultures, what really works for our family in the season that we're in right now. And traditions are something that grow, and sometimes they start very accidentally and sometimes the funny ones kind of stick and continue with you. We don't do so much, I hear so much from everyone else on social media this time of year that everything is super busy, there's so many events to be a part of, and there's a need to slow down. Living in a place where Christmas is not really so widely celebrated as it is in the West means that there aren't all that many events to be a part of or to visit, and I think that has been especially true in 2020 and 2021. And the year before 2020, we had a newborn for Christmas, so we don't really have very many events that we are a part of at Christmas time. It really has been a family time for us in the past couple of years. We all take a break from school. My husband is off of his work and my parents are off of their work for a good usually 2 weeks around Christmas time. So a lot of the people are building puzzles, playing board games. I'm not really the jigsaw puzzle type, so I'm usually more just sitting at the table and distracting them and bragging very loudly whenever I get one jigsaw puzzle piece in. But my mom and my dad and my sisters really like to do puzzles. We like to watch Christmas movies and just play board games. We'll take our boys hiking and just kind of enjoy the time that we have with all the people who are normally very busy with work and with meetings, have a chance to take a break from that, and we just get to be together and play as a family. There's also usually a good bit of Lego building as part of our Christmas break. My dad is a very big Lego fan, and my sisters are pretty into Legos as well. So there's usually some kind of new Lego project to make that becomes a part of just what we get to do as a family. So those are some of our kind of, fun, not so serious Christmas traditions. We do, of course, read the stories from the Bible, read scripture throughout the month, and are constantly talking to our young sons, who they are very young. They don't totally understand the true story of Christmas as yet at 2 and 3 years old. But every year I can see them learning more and starting to understand a little bit more of why we celebrate, why we get to celebrate this holiday in this broken world, in all the sadness and the loss that happens throughout the years. At this time of year, we remember Christ's coming, that he came once, but we also look forward to him coming again. And so we do seek to communicate that throughout our celebrations. It's been kind of funny because for a long time it was just me and my husband. Most of my siblings are, pretty grown up at this point. They've heard the story a million times. But now in the past just couple years, mostly last year and this year, to really be talking about it and telling this story to our very young sons who it's new to, it's new information. They're just starting to make the connections of Mary and Joseph and Jesus and the baby who was God's son, and they don't understand the whole thing yet. That's something that takes a lifetime, that takes a lot of years to understand. But it is really fun to see how from one year to the next you can see a little bit more growth of those seeds of understanding. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do want to remind you to go and check out the playlist down below. And if you are new to this channel, I invite you to subscribe and join our bilingual, cross-cultural homeschooling family. I talk about homeschool with my sisters who are in high school and upper elementary, and also the beginnings of our homeschool journey with my young sons as well. I will be seeing you. Bye.